Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, let us do one question where we are required to calculate different types of capital. In case of company, there is issue of shares by company for raising of capital. At different levels, these capitals are recognized by different names. Let us understand them in this question. Let us go through the question. From the following details, calculate authorized capital. Now, what is authorized capital? It is a registered capital of company. It is also called as nominal capital of company. Capital mentioned in memorandum of association of company is called as authorized capital. With this capital, company gets registered and company's registration fees is charged based on this capital. Company during its lifetime can raise maximum this amount of capital called as authorized or registered capital. In company's balance sheet, always we are required to show authorized capital, but it will not be included in total column if entire authorized capital is not issued. But we are required to disclose the amount of authorized capital in our balance sheet on liability side, so that reader of balance sheet will get an idea how much is the authorized capital of company. Next is issued capital. Out of authorized capital, the capital which is actually issued by the company for raising amount is called as issued capital. Subscribed, the amount of issued capital which is actually applied by the public or shareholders, we refer as what? Subscribed capital. Called up and paid up share capital. Once people have subscribed to the shares, company demands amount of share, that is price, which is called as call amount. The amount so far demanded by company is called as called up amount, that is called as called up capital. The amount actually paid by the shareholder is also called as what? Paid up share capital. And also calls in arrears and uncalled capital. Uncalled capital means the amount of call which is not demanded by company right now, but it will be demanded in future, which is called as uncalled capital. It becomes necessary for the shareholder to pay amount of call only when it is demanded by the company. Till then it is called as what? Uncalled capital. It gives idea to the third parties that company can raise easily the amount of uncalled capital because it is a liability of the shareholder whenever call is made by the company. Calls in arrears, it means the amount of call made by the company but defaulted by the shareholder. Shareholder has failed to pay the amount of call money, which is called as calls in arrears. For this amount, shareholder becomes debtor of the company. Company sends reminder to pay this amount of calls in arrears. Company charges interest for late payment of this amount of calls in arrears, and if shareholder don't pay this amount, finally his shares are cancelled, forfeited. Pankaj Limited was formed with a capital of rupees 5 lakhs. Formed with capital of rupees 5 lakh means this is authorized capital. Divided into 5,000 shares of rupees 100 each. So each share is having nominal value, face value 100. Total capital is rupees 5 lakhs. We can find out the number of shares. 5 lakh is total capital divided by face value or nominal value 100. So here authorized share capital is 5,000 shares of rupees 100 each. Of these, 1,000 shares were issued to vendor as fully paid in payment of purchase of machinery. Out of 5,000, company has issued 1,000 shares to vendors for purchase of machinery. This is case of issue of shares for a consideration other than cash. company is not going to get cash for these shares. Instead, company will be getting a machinery from the vendor, and vendor will become shareholder of the company. 3,000 shares were offered to public. This is issue of shares to general public. Of these, 2,500 shares were applied. Applied means subscribed. And allotted means given. Rupees 10 was payable on application. That is application amount. Rupees 25 on allotment. Allotment amount. The balance was yet to be called. That is uncalled amount. This total we can take. It is 35. Share is of rupees 100. So 100 minus so far called 35. Balance 65 will be considered as uncalled amount on shares. All the money called up duly received with an exception of allotment money on 300 shares. This is information of calls in arrears. On 300 shares, company failed to get rupees 25 on allotment. So it is 7,500. This will be amount of calls in arrears. Let us find out different types of capitals. Company's authorized capital is rupees 5 lakhs. That is 5,000 shares of rupees 100 each. Authorized share capital 5,000 shares of rupees 100 each. Total amount is rupees 5 lakhs. Of these 1,000 shares were issued to vendor as fully paid in payment of purchase of machinery, and 3,000 shares were offered to public. So total issued will be 1,000 plus 3,000, 4,000 shares. Authorized capital is 5 lakhs. Issued capital issued to vendor 1 lakh, issued to public 3 lakhs. Total capital is 5 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 3 lakh. Balance will be unissued capital. That is 5 lakh minus 1 lakh minus 3 lakhs. Thousand shares of 100 each. Unissued capital is rupees 1 lakh. 3,000 shares were offered to public, and of these 2,500 shares were applied and allotted. This is subscribed capital 2,500 shares. Subscribed capital 2,500 shares of 100 each, 2,50,000. Unsubscribed capital 500 shares of 100 each. Rupees 10 was payable on application and 25 on allotment. This will become called up capital, that is called up amount. 10 plus 25, 35 rupees per share. All money called up was duly received with exception of allotment money on 300 shares. That we have calculated here. 300 shares per share 25 rupees. 7,500 is calls in arrears. Called up capital 87,500 minus calls in arrears 7,500. Paid up capital will be rupees 80,000. We have calculated in chart form all the values of capital. Let us put this in answer. Authorized capital, here we have amount. Authorized share capital 5 lakhs. Issued capital, issued to vendors 1 lakh, issued to public 3 lakhs. 1 lakh plus 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. Next, subscribed capital 2,500 shares of 100 each, 2,50,000. Subscribed capital 2,50,000. Amount on application payable 10 rupees and on allotment 25 rupees. So 10 plus 25 is called up amount per share. Called up capital 2500 shares, per share 35 rupees, 87,500. Next, paid up share capital. Paid up share capital is 80,000. Next, calls in arrears. Calls in arrears rupees 7,500. Calls in arrears 7,500. Next, uncalled capital on 2,500 shares, 65 rupees yet to be called. So uncalled capital is 1,62,500. Uncalled capital 1,62,500. Thus we have calculated authorized, issued, subscribed, paid up, uncalled capital, calls in arrears, etc. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda and subscribe to our channel Ekeeda. Thank you.